when people come in and learn about you, what are they going to do? They're going to come on your LinkedIn profile. You're in the business world, right? You say that you own a business, that you're doing something. People, you have your website, and then they go on your LinkedIn profile. What is this person posting? What are they about? Can I trust this person to do business? So let me actually introduce myself. I'm Sugira Rubasha. We partner with high-level CEOs, allowing them to spend time doing what they love while we help them build their personal brands. What's interesting, when you come in on my LinkedIn profile straight away, you can see exactly what I do. And that's why this is so powerful. Like I saw a video, and I said this many times, that Gary Vee said, if you post on LinkedIn for 9 months straight, it will change your life. And LinkedIn changed my life. It changed my life because I was already posting content. I was already marketing myself, but I was marketing myself to the wrong people, right? You can market yourself all day long or talk about all day long what you do, but if no one's there, or if no one's looking, or the right people are not looking, then nothing's going to happen, right? So you need the right people to be looking at you. I think a lot of the problems with businesses is lead generation. Even me, sometimes still, it's all about how can we continue to generate that demand of leads, right? And because we've built a brand, we do that, but we can still do that at a higher scale. And so that's why, even for me, I'm always learning on improving on how I can keep improving, right? And I think LinkedIn is such a powerful platform to do that. It's so powerful. I can't stress the importance. And so, I'm the CEO of ETS Rubasha Media, and we've been growing LinkedIn. So like, if you guys can look at my analytics, right? Like the followers, the impressions. Why? Because I'm putting my brand out there. I'm showing people what I do, right? And how can I be personal? How can I show things that people want to see or interested in, or basically just what it is I do, and just showing that at scale, showing moments of who I am as a person, right? So just, you can have a look here, right? We get quite a lot of reach on LinkedIn. You can see this is a thing that I'll go into as well, is newsletters. I think it's so valuable for entrepreneurs to have a newsletter on LinkedIn. Like Naomi here on the team, we talk a lot about writing, right? Writing is a very, very powerful tool. So it's just about how can you use these small strategies, like, so here you go, newsletter, posting content, being active on LinkedIn for your business. This is more critical than ever. So if we have a look just quickly, you can see when you come on my LinkedIn profile, let's say you meet me in public. Let's say, you've come across my name, right? I'm in the B2B world. Our client base is business owners. Our client base are CEOs. And so CEOs, decision makers, they're spending most of their time on LinkedIn, and they're spending time on LinkedIn because they want to grow their business. They're looking for opportunities, looking for potential partnerships, looking for clients. So that's where they're going to be. And so when they come here, this is what they're going to see, right? So like, I just posted this video not too long ago, and it's me answering questions. So I did a presentation in front of business owners, right? Talking about what it is I do, the solutions I provide in the marketplace. I was a bit different. What I do is I take the camera with me when I do things like this. I know I always have to be branding, because now when I take the camera with me, it's documented. I could have done this speech, and it would have been a great speech and so authentic and so amazing with so many people there. But if I didn't record it, then who knows I even did it, right? Who knows outside of that room that I even did it, right? And that's why this is so valuable. But now, by me recording it, not only do I have the proof that I did it, but now that recording becomes the content. That recording becomes marketing material. Now, when I post this on LinkedIn, what happens? Other business owners are going to see it. Other CEOs are going to see it. Other people who had the same problems of people in that room are going to see it. They can relate with me. And so what does that do? It makes me an expert. If you see this, you're going to be like, oh, wow, this person is a figurehead. He's out there speaking and pitching in front of people. And then when you listen to what I'm saying, it makes quite a lot of sense. So that's why strategies like this, again, if you're a CEO watching this, right, you may do workshops. You may not do it yet. That's a great idea. If I give you to do a workshop on what it is you do for your company, and, going out there branding yourself, but you go to networking events, you go out of places and do presentations. Well, what about if you turn the camera on? What about if you had a strategy in place to say, hey, wait a minute, let me see if I can document this. I can grab this content. I can show what I'm doing, and then use that to be able to generate leads. Use that to be able to be a figurehead, to be a brand figure that when people see, they're going to keep seeing you. Right. So these are just great tactics to use. You know, your LinkedIn profile is everything. So again, when someone comes on my profile, what do they see? Look at what they see. They see this, they see content, they see the clients that we work with, they see when I'm in the gym. So they can come in and spend time with me. They can come in and spend time with me. So what does this do? What does this achieve for your business? It gives you that credibility. It gives you that credibility. Straight away, you would be able to trust me, right? You would be able to see in exactly what it is I do. And that's why this is so valuable. That's why this is so valuable, because there's never been a greater time to do this. There's never been a greater time to be on LinkedIn. You know, right now, there's 1% of people, 1% of people who post content on LinkedIn weekly. 1%. So when you do that and you do it strategically, you do it at scale, it wins. You win the game. So that's what this is about, right? Understanding why a well-optimized LinkedIn profile is crucial for generating inbound leads. And I'll just tell you personally, that's what we've seen in our business. Because what's happening is, because I keep showing up for people, even when I'm in public, people keep coming and saying to me, hey, like, I just see you on LinkedIn. I always see you on my feed. You're always there. So getting that feedback is showing me, well, we're always becoming top of mind. I'm becoming top of mind. Why? Because these platforms know that, you know, the content that is on the platforms is what garners people in. So if you have great content, like, look at this. This is one of our clients here. She's a podcast host. She's a thought leader in business development and leadership. This is what we do, right? So now we can show her and put her in that authority position. What is she doing? She at an event. She has the microphone. She's empowering women. We're there. We're documenting this because now we can use that content for her on LinkedIn. So this is a way to generate inbound leads. And this is a long-term game. This is a game that you play year in, year out, 10 to 15 years. Right? Where there's no off switch. Think about this. If you're consistently posting good content on LinkedIn consistently, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to build a brand. People are going to come to you. They're going to keep seeing you at networking events, keep seeing you at different places, and they're going to come to you. You're going to be the top of mind. That's why this is so powerful. I keep telling people, LinkedIn is like when TikTok was first starting. You see, what happened in social media, the game changed, right? Before, it was about how many followers you have, or how many followers you have, this amount of followers, you can reach more people. If you didn't have that many followers, it was quite hard. But what happened is TikTok came out, and what TikTok did was you could post a video and it can, if it does really well or there's something amazing about it, it can reach the whole world. That's what TikTok did. So what that means is the content is the creative. So the content is what attracts the crowd. So you could be anyone. You could start a page today, even on LinkedIn, and you can post a piece of content. Let's say like this: high-level entrepreneurs for LinkedIn. This is how you do this and this and this, right? I could post that and it could hit 100,000 views on LinkedIn, right? So now you're open to the whole market. So that's why this is so crucial, because LinkedIn is coming to that phase now where it's underpriced. There's not so many people really paying attention to it, or not so many people posting content. So now, again, this is just crucial for business owners. You're a business owner, you're a CEO. If you're providing amazing value to other business owners, if you're providing amazing inspiration to entrepreneurs and amazing solutions in your market, you're going to stand out in the crowd and inbound leads come. And we've seen this with our clients. We've seen this with our clients where actually one of them who's there, where people are coming in and saying, hey, like, we really love your content. You know, I love the inspiration you're doing. Can I come in and book a call with you? Right. And we're seeing that. And so that's what's really inspiring, to see it happen with our clients, to seeing it happen with myself and my personal page. And I know it can happen for you. You're watching this on YouTube. Again, you see what I'm doing here, this webinar. I'm not just doing it for, you know, let's say the people in this room, for example. The people in this room are here, valuable, great. But now this goes on YouTube. This is documented out on YouTube. This will also be out on LinkedIn. So you see now, boom, 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 content. So it's just really being really strategic. So that's why a really good LinkedIn profile is crucial for you as a business owner. and where you are in your business journey. So content strategy, let's talk about content strategy. Actually, how can we apply this practically? Okay, so there's a couple. There's LinkedIn newsletter, which I talked about earlier, and I'm going to go into that. Videos, video content, just like this. Even a great simple way for someone, because a lot of, again, CEOs, you're very busy and you don't have time. Entrepreneurs, you forget to maybe turn the camera on. Maybe you're doing a webinar. This webinar that I'm doing, what about if I was to now break this webinar up and post it on LinkedIn? I'm talking about how LinkedIn is powerful for business owners. And so now this webinar is recorded. That's a video. If I now post that on LinkedIn, it's going to do really well. So that's the same applies for you, right? Whatever it is you're doing in your business, if you learn how can I get that video content, it's really, really powerful. And that's why there's so many strategies. Podcasting, there's so many ways you can do this. LinkedIn Live, I need to get into a little bit more myself, but LinkedIn Live is a great way to generate that awareness, demand, get people asking questions. It's a very, very powerful tool to use. LinkedIn audio and images, right? And just also post. So this is what you call the content strategy. So as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you got to think, as you're in operations, as you're trying to grow your business, as you're trying to scale your business, how can I just show people what I'm doing? That's basically what marketing is. How can I show people what I'm doing? And when I show people what I'm doing, it's going to attract them, because, like, going back to social media is an attraction-based model. By the way, does anyone have any questions right now? Just want to ask, because I can just keep going and going. So I really want this also to be very interactive. I want, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask, because I'm here for you, right? For you personally, if there's anything that you want to learn on LinkedIn, then, that's why we're here. So feel free to raise your hand, ask questions, anything. Don't be shy. So, yeah, very, very powerful stuff. So you really got to think of, how can I have a strategy where I'm showing people as a CEO exactly what I'm doing, how I'm solving problems in the marketplace, right? So question, yeah. Okay, cool. Right. So you got to think, how can I show people what I'm doing? How can I show people what I'm doing? Because when I show people what I'm doing, it's going to create demand. It's going to create an awareness of exactly who I am, who my business is, and what do we do? Why should you choose us? And when you do that, when you come up with a strategy, you're going to attract your tribe. It's an attraction-based model. That's what LinkedIn social media is about. It's about, I'll give you a practical example. You could be thinking about writing a book. You could be thinking about, I want to write a book, right? And it's on your mind. It's really similar to manifestation that I really compare this to. It's on your mind about writing a book. I really want to write this book. And you're going to maybe Google stuff. You're going to keep seeing, how can I write a book? You're going to gain information. What's going to start to happen is, on your social media, things about writing books are going to pop up. On YouTube, how to write a book video can pop up. On LinkedIn, you'll see someone giving instructions on how to write a book, So that's an example of how the audience, or the content, it's an attraction-based model. YouTube, it's an attraction-based model. So what does that mean for your business? If let's say you're a virtual assistant, right? And now you're talking about how virtual assistants saves time for people, how you can delegate certain roles. So now, as a CEO, you're able to free up your time, because you have me as your virtual assistant able to take care of that. So now when you're posting that content out, the people who need a virtual assistant, they're going to find you. The people who are searching for, the CEOs who are looking, I need someone to help me free my time. When they're on LinkedIn, their YouTube, somehow they're going to come across your content, right? Because the algorithms are showing people what they're looking for. And that is so crucial. Let me say that again. The algorithms, LinkedIn, YouTube, other app platforms, but let's say the ones here, they're going to show people exactly what they're looking for. And 9 times out of 10, if you in business right now, you have a product, you have a service that people are looking for, or there's a solution, right? You're solving a problem that people need. So now if you show that to more people, if you're out there, you're going to build those people to come to you, right? And then you're going to build an emotional connection. You're going to build a place where people not even necessarily come for your solution. Yes, your solution is a great tool for them to come to you, but they're going to come to you because of you. And you see, LinkedIn is a great way to do that. So let's go on one of the first ones. I just talked about a newsletter. Um, let's have a look. Look how much content. You see, I'm very obsessed about this. I want to go and let me do this way. So I'll go back to my impressions. I actually haven't been able to look. Let me go on my profile. Profile. Let's look at the impressions. It says 7 days. Let's actually do this. Okay, so let's see the past year, what my impressions are looking at. Show results. Oh, doesn't want to show me the results over the past year. Do you not want to show me, guys? Okay, doesn't want to show me. Okay, so let's say 7,000 in the past day. So I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the newsletter because a newsletter is a great strategy, a really, really good strategy to use for your LinkedIn. It's a great, great strategy. So let's have a look. Few stats. I haven't seen this. Yes. Okay, go like this. Okay, a LinkedIn newsletter. Why should you maybe get a LinkedIn newsletter? So you guys can see as of now, published weekly, I have 297 subscribers. I have 297 subscribers. Welcome to Creator Chronicles, your weekly revenues with the life and insights of a marketing entrepreneur. So a newsletter is so good because you build a community of people who are interested in what you have to offer. Because for people to subscribe, they got to take some sort of an interest. Now, I know sometimes on LinkedIn, it has those options automatically to subscribe to some people. Could be some people here who just maybe tick that yes. But a lot of people, they're mindful of what they subscribe to. So now I'm building an audience of people who are intrigued with what it is I do. So every time I post an article, there's going to be a specific group of people who are going to go in and read that article, read about me, about the solutions that I provide. A LinkedIn newsletter is extremely powerful because now you generate that specific audience who are interested in exactly what you as the business owner have to say. They want to hear from you. They want to hear how you're solving problems in the marketplace. And so now you're generating a demand, you're generating and building a brand, right? And then again, on a LinkedIn newsletter, it comes in your email. It comes in your email, and in your email, LinkedIn, because it's LinkedIn, it ranks well on your in people's email. So it will come at the top. Sugira Rubasha has just dropped a newsletter. It also gives a notification to everyone who follows you and all your connections. So what that does is you're going to stay top of mind. You always have to stay top of mind for people, right? Every time people go on the platform, they have to be like, when it comes to home loans and mortgage, it's that guy. When it comes to finance and wealth creation, it's Collins Mayaki. It's him, right? When it comes to virtual assistants, it's, for example, let's say Naomi. When it comes to editing, great, amazing videos, they think of Victoria. So that is what you want to do. That's what you can do on LinkedIn. So something like a newsletter does exactly that. And then you're sharing things, you're giving advice, and a great way to maybe get content for your newsletter. What are people asking you? Go out in public, go to networking events, right? When you talk about your solution, there's going to be questions that people have. What are they going through, right? And so now you can use that as content for you, right? So a lot of people ask me, what are some of the questions I get? A lot of people ask me, hey, how are you constantly getting content? And so, okay, when they ask me that questions, now I can come in and write a newsletter. And then I can use the newsletter so strategically. So let me give you some more insights. When I do a newsletter, I know that it's psychological. I know that it's extremely powerful. So in the newsletter, I'm able to be personal, be vulnerable, but I use storytelling. Like I tell stories, I give examples. I really ingrain someone's mind that can help them with that problem, right? So, And it's about growing that. I promise you, get a newsletter. Get a newsletter on LinkedIn, commit to posting once a week. I think it's another great way to get content. You see, I always talk about content and videos, right? But writing is another form of content. The audio only is another form of content. But this is a great way for you to generate awareness. You generate awareness, then you generate demand, and then you generate leads into your business, right? And you can be able to close in them because they spend time with you in many forms. Videos. Let's talk about videos. Again, well, going back to the newsletter, I get so passionate in my webinar, so I can just go on and talk and keep, aiming to provide that value. But, consistency in that newsletter helps you build trust and position yourself as a reliable source of information. You build a niche audience interested in what you care about. You need to remind people about what you do. Let's go back to the videos. So the LinkedIn algorithm tends to favor video content. It does, right? And let's see if I'm lying, right? Let's have a look. Boom, videos, right? You're going to see videos. You see, it favors video content. Why? Because videos just stand out more to people. Videos capture people's attention more, right? So now if you're able to use videos in a strategic way, it can be really, really helpful. I always like to say, again, like when you have a podcast, so this is our company page. We have my personal brand and then we have the company page. When you have a podcast, it allows you to do that. It allows you to have that video, right? So let's have a look at one of our clients. We post our client's work on our LinkedIn, right? He has a podcast. So this is his podcast. So now, because he has a podcast, and we provide them all the content. He now can go into his files and he has a plethora of videos about what it is that he does, right? He has a plethora of videos about his solutions, him coaching, what they're talking about. You see a video like this, it's going to stand out, right? People are going to relate to it. People are going to watch it. So videos are a great way. If you can come to a consistent routine of posting videos, it's really, really powerful. So it's a great strategy to use, especially when it's you, let's say, live in action. When you're live in action, again, I posted one today, not too recently, just now that I was showing you earlier, a video content. This is the best type of content for me, whether it's something like a testimonial, very, very powerful. You have a video content testimonial. I'd say, a little tip here, you again can have the idea to create something like a podcast. You interview. Why don't you interview some of your clients? Talk about how you've been solving their problems, and then you have that on video. Boom, now you have that on LinkedIn. Now you can show LinkedIn and it makes you more credible. It shows people it's not just you talking about your business or what it is you do. You have someone else out there you are in a natural conversation talking about the solutions provided, right? So that's how you can use video in a strategic way that helps you achieve your goals. It helps you build that brand, build that trust, build that credibility. So now business will always be coming to you. You don't always want to be chasing. You want it to be, as you continue to go down the line, as you continue to pivot, whatever you do, that you always have an audience, you always have leads coming in the business. And doing things like this, the video, putting things out there, is what's going to help you achieve that and build that long-term growth as a CEO. So yes, this can increase visibility and reach for your posts, helping you connect with a broader audience, and then when you use great content, you can, it doesn't even have to be necessarily about your business, right? A great way to do that is I could have a conversation with your daughter, with your son, with whoever it is, and it could be powerful. It could be maybe around the solution you provide. That's going to evoke emotion. That's going to make people actually see you as a human being. How powerful is that? Is people see you as a human being, right? And so when you do that and you do that consistently, you're going to stand out. You're going to stand out. You're going to be that top 1% CEO. You're going to be getting booked for speaking events, keynote speeches. You're going to be people booking you to be on their podcast. And then you can leverage that podcast now, leverage that content of speaking to other people and being invited on other shows to use for your LinkedIn. You'll have a whole team, you can have a whole team that is just by your side, helping you. Boom. When you're out there doing what you need to do, there's content being posted on your LinkedIn, making and showing you the authority expert that you are. So that's why it's so powerful. Workshops. So like we want to talk about content strategy. Let's break down one strategy right here. Let's say, what's another business? that we could say? Anyone have an idea for another business we could say? Let's say you're a business consultant. That's a good one, right? Let's say you're a business consultant, you're a business coach. Okay, what about if you host a workshop? You host a workshop in a boardroom, in your office, wherever, a nice presentable place. You can host a workshop, invite people. Again, when you post a workshop, when you post an event out into the public, you're posting it on these sites, Eventbrite, there's going to be people who are interested in your topic. There's people out there who need your solution, who are struggling with their business, who need a business consultant to come in and help them market their business or whatever it is your consultancy expertise is. It could be a leadership business consultant, right? You can host a workshop on how to be a great business leader. And people are going to come. The people interested, you may get maybe 1, 2, 3 people at the start, but don't worry, people will come. You may already have a big audience already. You may be a prominent figure. You may, have it for your clients, right? Or you have coaching with your clients and you host workshops. So we talk about a content strategy. A lot of people, they do these things that I'm talking about. They host workshops, but they just don't document it. They just don't do this. They don't have it, something recording them. So let's say a content strategy, you host a workshop once a month, but now what you do is you have cameras in there. You work with a fantastic team, things like, things what we do for our clients. And this is just from practical experience that I'm talking about here. It's not only for myself, but for our clients. But, you now document that. And now you're on camera talking to people. I actually had a video here, but you're actually talking to people, showing them and providing that solution, right? You're explaining how it is that they can be better. You're explaining how they can improve, how they can, really tap into their greatness in your field. And when you document that, you can now use that content, use those clips out on your social media. Let me give you an example. Okay, so I have this on our channel. Again, one of our clients. I'll just have a show you because actually let's do this. This is on YouTube. This is on YouTube, but now we also have these on LinkedIn. So now here he is, and he's been doing this for years, but he had never documented these things. But now he looks like the authority expert because he's passionate. He's talking exactly about what he does. He's talking about what he does. And now you could use that content for LinkedIn. You can use that content to make you stand out in the marketplace, right? So let's have a look.
I strongly do believe that, where you would have meetings and go check in, how are we going as a family? Because there's different aspects of a family. You've got the spiritual aspect of things, you've got the physical aspect of things, you've got the emotional aspect of things, you've got the financial aspect of things, and you tally along all that. If you're spending 7 days at work, well,
look how good this is, right? Look, you guys can see this. Look at the reactions here. Look at the people, right? Look at this, right? That's really, really inspiring. And then now you can use it to market yourself because people, look, someone, I didn't even see this comment, will reply to that on his behalf. Amazing, right? Because now someone's inspired. They came across this content. The content is shown up on their feed, right? So this is how we talk about a content strategy. That is how you can build that. You have a workshop every single month. You record and document that workshop. You can see people in the room looking at you as the expert, and now you can use that content for your LinkedIn. You can go in and run an advertisement on that. For example, we could go in and run an ad on this. Hey, would you like to learn more about boom, boom? That's actually not a bad idea. We may do that for our next one that we have in September. So again, content strategy, that's a great way. Document and post. It builds that trust, credibility. Seeing and hearing someone talk about the expertise adds a personal touch that text can't provide. Personal touch. You can see this is my parents here, right? Humans want to connect with humans. So why am I showing my parents here? Well, this is what I post. I post things like this on my LinkedIn, mom and dad going out. And what happens is people connect with the human touch. They connect with that. They connect to see, oh, wow, this is him behind his business. Because all throughout the day, you're going to see people marketing, people marketing. People are always marketing. But what's going to make certain people stand out is other things, right? Again, the family stuff, the stuff that people actually emotionally connect to. Everyone has parents, right? Whether maybe your parents are no longer here, condolences, or, whatever your situation is, there's an emotional connection that you have. And so you'll relate and connect with someone else in a deeper way because they see that. So a lot of my impressions, they come through a lot of the personal stuff. Through a lot of the personal stuff is where a lot of my connections come in. So that's like extremely, extremely valuable. Be yourself and show behind the scenes, right? Another great way on LinkedIn is building and engaging your network, right? Strategies for connecting, identifying and connecting with the right people, and personalized connection requests. There's a big thing that's happening on LinkedIn right now, and I'm definitely in our training with our team is people continue to just send messages, non-personalized straight away. Actually, they'll just send you a message on LinkedIn. Oh, this is what I do. Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. And I know a lot of people, they use these automation tools and everything, but I actually noticed that gap in the marketplace, to be honest. I've seen that like people you don't it's not a good feeling when you just get a message non-personalized and someone's just it's like you just delete them, right? But what about if there's a way you can actually use LinkedIn to achieve what you're trying to achieve when people do that, but do it in a way that's actually nice? Because again, like you want to connect, humans want to connect with humans, man. You know what I mean? And so maybe that works for some people, just automating messages and coming, great. But my strategy to you as a high level entrepreneur, CEO, and whoever else is watching this video is identify and connect with the right people. Connect with the people who are in your industry. Connect with the people that you can see a potential partnership, that you can see maybe yourself working for someone like that, or you acquiring a client because you can see that you can solve their problem, but you want to do it in the right way. So when I say personalized connection requests, yes, personalized, but see, what I like to do is a great way is just connect with people because I know if I connect with people, what are they going to see? They're just going to go in on my profile and they're going to see so much content. They're going to see that credibility, then that they can actually come to me. They're going to know who I am. So that's another great way. Or you can do the same thing and still reach out to people. That's very powerful. You can post amazing content about what it is that you do, the emotional stuff. So let's mix it in. You're going to post some family content. You're going to post you on a hike. You're going to get out your camera and say, hey, guys, I know life can be hard sometimes. I know you could be going through this, but I just want you to know that keep going. Boom, that's some content right there. Inspiration for your day. Cool. Now you post that on LinkedIn. So now when people connect with you, people in your industry, potential partnerships that you're trying to obtain, they're going to now go in and they're going to see, oh, this person's pretty cool. And that's where that inbound leads come in. That's where connections come in. That's where partnerships can come in. Very powerful. Events. Again, similar to workshops. Again, high level CEO, you're going to a lot of events, you're going to networking. Okay, what about you hire a media? You have a camera person in your team. Come and document my day with these events. What about that? What about that, right? And let's show you an example of what I'm talking about. So let's go to my channel on YouTube. And so like I'm very big on YouTube. I'm very, very big on pushing YouTube because YouTube, again, it's a very attraction based model. Again, your audience finds you, right? So let's have a look. So for example, this event that I went to, right? It was an event. What did I do? I went in there, documented. I was actually doing the same thing that I'm talking to you guys about for a client. I was going in and helping him document the journey. We're building a media company behind these high level CEOs. Imagine that, building a media company, a media funnel behind these high level CEOs. So I went to this event. I'm building a brand myself. I have a brand myself. I have people who look up to me, who are looking to learn from me, who are looking to do business with me. So even as I'm working, I'm also working. So what that means is I am documenting my process in this event here, speaking to people. Let's have a look exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm here. I got the camera up there. So, you know, I was speaking to this person here.
I got that ticket to myself.
He has a podcast, right? So I'm now connecting with other industry professionals, other podcast hosts, and I'm out there speaking, branding, talking about what it is, you know, that we do that is so powerful. And the camera's there recording it. Now that content, this content can be seen on YouTube, which will help generate awareness in what I do in the long run. But then now I use that for my LinkedIn. So you see, you're knocking two birds in one stone. This is extremely powerful stuff, guys. This is extremely powerful stuff. And when you learn how to do this at scale, you win. So events, webinars, workshops, you need to be out there as much as possible. I always say you don't want to be working in the business. You want to be working on the business, right? There's phases where you're still working in the business, right? But as you start to develop the teams and the systems, you know, which a great way of documenting things is a great way to do that. You know, you're building a system where people can go in and, you know, your staff can watch it, see it. But you want to be working on the business. Working on the business, that means doing stuff like this. You're going to events, speaking to industry professionals, podcasts, but you know, going out to these events. And then when you do that, you can document that. So you're leveraging the power of documentation to meet these amazing people. The camera actually also helps you get into the room with more people because everyone wants to be on camera. Everyone wants to market themselves. Not enough people are doing it. So when they see you with the camera, again, you stand out. So you're going to these events, standing out because you have that professional presence to know your personal brand. So you're documenting your journey. You're documenting it, leveraging all these amazing things. And then now you can use that content for your LinkedIn. I'll give you another example. Everything I say, I practice what I preach. So this is so good. Let me show you this. This was the events, but I will just skip it to the 5-minute part. Look at this. From that content on LinkedIn, of course, but you have. Yeah. So I have a podcast with that. So we have a podcast and we run the post because like I think what most people don't realize, some people realize this is your personal brand is your only leverage you have in the marketplace. You know, so for example, this man, I don't know if you heard that, but he said so that I'm at this event. What I practice what I preach, right? We went to this event. Let me even show you further. I just want to show you this because this is so valuable. This is like actual practical steps. So we went this event. Look, we're out here. Look, I'm asking a question. How can you compete with someone who keeps, he said that you can't compete with a podcast that keeps uploading. For the podcasters out there who have that consistency, how do you package that knowledge? Look at what I'm doing, right? I went to this event, we documented it. I'm out there meeting people, asking questions, branding, but the camera's there. So now we have this content, like me talking about LinkedIn and how powerful LinkedIn is to that business owners. He was genuinely asking me questions. He was struggling with growing his brand. He wants to grow his brand. So now he's talking to me. I'm telling him all this advice and this information that's actually quite powerful on how to grow on LinkedIn. And now the camera's there recording it. And now that content can be popped out on LinkedIn. And let me actually show you. Oh, guys, this is crazy. Let me actually show you what I did. Let me not talk about it. Let me show you, because that's what I got to do, especially within marketing. I got to practice the talk. So let's go post. This is so cool that, and I post so much, so I may have to keep scrolling. Let's go. I think it was, okay, look at this one. How do you consistently generate inbound leads? Look at my, you know, the copywriting is very important. How do you consistently generate inbound? Scaling your business will be simple. Where does the majority of your audience hang out? Show up there as much as you can. Show your quality testimonials, who you are as a human being on a personal level. What is it? So when they find me on LinkedIn, then they go, oh, okay. So now that's when inbound leads. So we now just deal with inbound leads. So that's why when you talked about, I really want to focus on LinkedIn, my mind was like, yes, 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 go, 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 go. And don't stop. Don't stop. I'm telling you. This is the most authentic marketing that you can find. This is not made up. This is not a script. Like, of course, I always have the cameras recording. I have a camera recording this right now. Of course, I have always things documenting, but I'm just documenting what I do off camera. It's about making the private public. It's about making the private public. So he was asking me questions. I'm passionate. I'm telling him about how to use LinkedIn. Look at the impressions, 168 impressions. Look at the comments, people coming in, showing up, exactly. Great advice. People now came in and started commenting and think about that, what that does for my brand. And the great thing about content is content lives on forever. So someone who connects with me now, what's going to happen on LinkedIn? It's going to be showing them content that I've been posting from like this one from 6 months ago, from a year ago. So that is so powerful. When you keep posting content, it's going to keep showing your content. It's going to keep showing your content. Content lives on. You can repurpose old content. So, man, like this is just really, really powerful stuff. You want to do that. So questions. Does anyone have any questions right now? Any questions that you want to know about how you can use LinkedIn to get more clients, how you can stand out? Please feel free to ask. This has just been so good to just, come out here, and provide value, pour out my heart in how you can really use, again, as a CEO, this is your million dollar play. It's your $1 million play above multi-million dollar play. You can really make millions off LinkedIn. You really, really can. It is a long game. It's not something that, is a 2-3 year thing. It's just like YouTube. It's just like these other platforms. I would actually say LinkedIn, it would be easier than, let's say, for example, YouTube. YouTube is a very long game, right? You do need that consistency. Again, everywhere you do need consistency, especially when it comes to distribution. And distributing yourself out there, everything does need consistency, but you could really grow way more quicker on LinkedIn now more than ever. And that's powerful because you're growing in an audience of decision makers, of people who are ready to buy and are willing to buy. And so if you just show up there consistently, I just saw a question, but it's not coming up on my chat. If you show up consistently, that's where the power lies. That's where the power lies. If you now show consistently in a way that can stand out to people, is truly, truly powerful. I think my screen stopped sharing. So this is your play. This is your big play to really grow, to really, and anywhere you are. Again, a lot of our audience, our target audience, are high-level CEOs, who are ambitious, but who also know the power of building their personal brand. And so I can always get better, even in identifying our target audience, right? I could say, yes, we partner with high-level CEOs, but what is a high-level CEO? And I usually like to get that from our clients, right? I look at it, majority of our clients, they're doing multi-million dollars in revenue, right? And so they don't have time to create content. They're ambitious, they're focused, they know the power of building a personal brand. They know it's what they need to do. And for them, it's more about how can they continue their longevity in the game. And they just need that fire pack in their back to help them do that, right? That they need that creative flair to bring that drip, to bring the coolness out of them, and that's why they come to ETS Rubasha Media. That's why they come to us. So even for me, as I'm sitting here doing this webinar, I'm always reflecting on how can I get even more specific on my target audience, right? But even for you guys, you get more specific on your target audience, you get more specific on them. And so now, once you get really specific on your target audience, you'll use LinkedIn. For example, you're in the B2B world, you're going to use LinkedIn to really, really target them. You're going to use LinkedIn to really, really target them. Again, you could have a content company like editing, right? Social media. So your audience, and you can now, there's even more specifics, right? There's a specific, I want to target restaurant owners, who live in this part of the world. Okay, cool. You're a restaurant owner living in Sydney. Well, this is your time to actually stand out. Why do you stand out? Why don't we create a podcast at your restaurant? We can have a podcast at your restaurant where we're eating your food and having amazing people come in and have conversations. What that's going to do is that's going to generate awareness. It's going to generate an interest. People are going to not only just come and watch this podcast, just to see the restaurant. No, they're going to come interested in the conversations, but by them being interested in the conversations, they're going to naturally have a liking to come in and actually see the restaurant, right? And you're going to generate a lot of demand, a lot of leads over the long period of time as a restaurant owner if you learn how to build your brand. So you're a restaurant owner in Sydney, this is a great idea. That was just an example I'm giving you. But now, because I know that restaurant owner majority, yeah, they could be on other platforms, let's say like Instagram and TikTok, because it's you got to show these type of things. But again, they're in a business development mindset. They're always trying to develop their business. So when they're trying to develop their business, they're going to be on LinkedIn to look on how to improve that, how to maybe generate partnerships. So now you, as someone who markets for restaurant owners, you can now use content, use a newsletter, use the distribution, and what these algorithms are doing to keep people on the platforms, to keep showing people what they want to see. And you could be that one, because that restaurant owner, he's going to want to see how he can improve his or her business. That restaurant owner is going to do that manifestation, right? Whatever they put in their mind is what's going to be in the outer reality. And now you can show up as that manifestation for your client. You will show up as a manifestation for your client when you're posting content, when you're using a platform such as LinkedIn to generate that awareness, to show why it is you should be the one that they go to. I hope you guys really, really enjoyed this webinar. It was a pleasure being here, speaking with you, speaking from the heart on how to grow, how to improve, and how we can leverage the power of LinkedIn as a high level CEO entrepreneur. Have a fantastic day, guys. And I thank you so much for joining me. Thanks, guys. Calling all high-level entrepreneurs, you're a CEO, you're determined, you have a vision, and you're so busy right now. You're so busy and overwhelmed with what you love, and it's actually a good thing. You're focused on that. We want you focused on that as much as possible, but at the same time, you need to grow your brand on LinkedIn. It's as vital as ever, right? The person who gets the deal is the person who's the most visible. It's not being about good at what you do. So we are having an opportunity with our waiting list for all CEOs and high-level entrepreneurs who want to be able to grow their personal brand and garner opportunities, be able to speak in front of thousands of people, for you to be able to get inbound leads, enhance your sales team. You need to build a brand. When they come on your LinkedIn profile, whatever they see is so vital, and we are on the forefront of that, bringing up a new product to help you do exactly just that. Stand out in the marketplace with your personal brand, because it's you. People want to know you, the CEO. They want to know in behind you, and they want to be inspired by you. So when you supply that, you become the expert and you stand out. Join the waiting list so you can get access, inclusive insights in our WhatsApp community. See you soon.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're gonna love that one.